Please, no!
Woof.
My phone's gonna like die before I can even figure out how to prop it up correctly. Hi, I can't explain to you how much I've just been studying. This is a state I never thought I would be in on camera. But you know what? Like, whatever, man. Everyone has this side to them. I don't look disgusting. This sweatshirt is huge, but it's fine. Let's see if I can make cookies before my phone dies. Okay, a stick of butter and an egg. If I don't have an egg, I'm gonna cry. I was reading this thing where someone basically said, how many times do I start a video with? I was reading this thing where someone basically said,
I found a philosophy online that basically said that
baby girls aren't born wanting to shave their legs and put on makeup, and the day that you stop putting on makeup and chemically treating your hair to make it shinier and shaving your legs, all the stuff considered traditionally feminine, is like the day that your life really starts. So that raised two questions for me. The first being, what is femininity? And the second being, is femininity inherently a product of the patriarchy? Bear with me here, because I know that the word patriarchy kind of just gets thrown around by like anyone, you know? The second that the word patriarchy enters your argument, you've lost all credibility because you sound like a crazy rad femme SJW. I'm using the patriarchy to describe societal standards that affect both men and women that like enforce the idea of gender roles, you feel me? At its core, when did femininity become a thing? Because while there are like biologically feminine traits, I feel like when we say that something or someone is feminine, we're referring to something like wearing dresses, which in the 19th century was something that boys did. Basically, identity is not something that comports well with language. That's why to use a dictionary definition of gender or sex only cuts it for so long.
There's two genders, there's two sexes, gender and sex are the same thing.
You can direct them to the dictionary. They're not gonna change their mind 9 times out of 10. I can't speak for everyone. I'm guilty of doing this. In like 2015, I made a couple videos, like a little series called Sex Ed with Cameron, and I talked about being asexual and I talked about being like transgender. And I always started the videos out with a dictionary definition of the word, thinking that like that made it more potable. This is the word I'm looking for. Since I was in like 5th or 6th grade, I've worn makeup on a semi-regular basis. And more often than not, I do it for myself. However, should I necessitate makeup to feel pretty? I don't. I'm not wearing any makeup right now. I don't feel ugly. I feel different. I'm not embarrassed. A self-care habit that I often have is like, if I'm feeling really down, my instinct is to just kind of stay cooped up in my room and like stay in my pajamas and not worry about my appearance. But when I start to put effort into my appearance, I often feel better. Like if I just get up and wash my hair or do a face mask. To many, that's like not it, chief. You shouldn't need to put on makeup to feel better. If it makes you feel better, that's great, but just know that you're a slave to the patriarchy. How does the makeup that I wear, or even just in general, the way I present myself, affect the way that people see me? Wow, deep. I'm obviously not the first person to say this, nor will I be the last person to say this. And this video isn't gonna have a closure. I'm not gonna like give you the answer. This is more of me opening it up to you guys. What do you think about all of this? Do you wear makeup? Why or why not? Do you believe that we live in a patriarchal society? How do you think we've evolved as a society? All those big questions. I will be probably searching through the comments and discussing with people. So I'd love to hear your insight. Now that I've made this, I guess I gotta go back to studying. Thank you for watching. Bye.
little bitch, you can't fuck with me if you want to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Hit the stuff, I can get them both. I don't wanna choose, and I'm quick gonna purse it off so don't get comfortable.